Hello and welcome back to Manchester is My Heaven podcast. We're going to go straight into it today. Aston Villa coming up next. Can Michael Carrick bounce back? Arguably his biggest test, with him and the coaching staff. Dad, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it's certainly a test after losing, obviously, his first game, but I'm really excited for the game.
Yeah.
I'm actually counting the hours down. Seems to have been forever since that disappointing night at St. James's Park. Yeah. It's nice to look forward to a game, and I honestly believe, like Michael Carrick said yesterday in the press conference, the boys are itching for this game. Yeah. They've trained well. It's been a long time to think about the last game. I think they're really going to be up for it tomorrow. I think the crowd will be up for it. I think it'd be a great atmosphere at Old Trafford.
Imagine everyone up for it tomorrow.
And we're going to play with that intensity that we're best at, knocking the ball around quicker, getting Bruno on the ball more when we do that.
Well, that's the hope, isn't it? That's what we want to do. We want to move the ball quicker, and that's been the complaint of the last 3-4 games, especially with a lot of the fan base. And it's evident to see that it's been costing us against low blocks. Just in terms of Aston Villa, what do you make of them and their recent form?
Obviously, they've done well from a difficult start early in the season to have a magnificent run. But obviously, they've had injuries as well. But something has happened there and that has rocked the boat. Injuries obviously have an effect, but we all have injuries. Yeah. Yes, they're going to be without Tielemans again, which is important for them tomorrow, and possibly Matty Cash. McGinn's back, but how fit is he really? Yeah. He's travelled and played for Lille. Will he start tomorrow? I think there's something else going on. Obviously, there's been rumours this week of Unai Emery possibly leaving at the end of the season, even being linked with us in recent days.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Real Madrid were making noises last weekend about interest. So yeah, there could be something there, but I think they're fragile. I think they're very they're there to be got at, and I think we will go at them with an intensity from the off tomorrow. Especially looking at their Premier League form, with they've only taken 5 points from the last 6 games, 1 win, 2 draws. So they're definitely on a poor run, which is why we've caught them from a distance. We're now level on points with them. Yeah. Tomorrow's our 30th league game. So win tomorrow, put distance between us, and then we've got 8 games counting down, ticking them off until the end of the season. And I'm really excited.
Yeah. It's that daylight that we're going to need, a little bit of a cushion, I think. Obviously, in terms of United's record against Villa at home, it's looking pretty healthy, isn't it?
Well, we've won our last 5 Premier League games in a row against Villa. So hopefully we can make that 6 tomorrow, carry that run on. But in general terms, I think we've only lost 2 of our last 37 home games against Aston Villa. So
it's all right, isn't it?
We've got to keep that run going. It's such an important game tomorrow. We've got such a magnificent home record against them, and some glorious games that I think about in that time.
Yeah. Historically, in March, we do okay against Villa, don't we?
Historically, in March, there's something about playing Villa in March. In March '85, I was on the Stretford End playing Aston Villa, and it was 0-0 after 11 minutes. And then by the 20th minute, it was 3-0 to Manchester United, a Mark Hughes hat-trick.
Take a bit of that tomorrow.
And Norman bagged the 4th. But in that game, Sparky rattled the crossbar with a shot. I think the crossbar would have still been shaking by the time we beat them 4-0 on the opening day at home in the next season. Sparky scored 2 again. Yeah, but so yeah, and again March 2003. Nistelrooy scored 2. We won 4-0 that day. March 2008, 4-0. Rooney got 2. Ronaldo, Tevez, and we're playing Villa in March tomorrow.
Take it, won't we?
So yeah. I mentioned 3-4-0s in March there.
More of the same, yeah. Absolutely. Obviously, looking into that Villa team, they said they've had a few problems, but they've also got 1 or 2 ex-United players in there. How do you think Victor Lindelof's going to turn out tomorrow? I know Sancho can't play.
Victor Lindelof has obviously been a good servant for United over many years. There wasn't too many protesting when he left, but he's done very well at Aston Villa. But whenever Victor was up against somebody with aerial ability, I always was worried. He used to lose out a lot of them duels, which used to cost us at times, even letting balls bounce.
That was his biggest thing, wasn't it?
And that's why I would definitely get Sesko up against him tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. I think if
An
he
informed
plays,
Sesko
oh,
would bully Victor in the air tomorrow. So I'm just excited to see Sesko carry on this run tomorrow, and I think he will.
at home, I think we're a different animal. We seem to have a lot more belief, especially with the Old Trafford crowd behind us. Obviously, historically as well, we've had a lot of players between both clubs. I'd like to recall some of the players that we've had in the years gone by that you've seen.
Well, yeah, as I say, we've there's been quite a few players come both ways over the years. But when you think of the treble season, one of the most notable signings was Dwight York, moving from Villa.
Wasn't bad, was he?
So, and once we won the treble, and a few years later, Fergie was changing the team again. Schmeichel played for Villa.
That's one I didn't know. We were talking about it earlier on. I didn't have a clue he played for Villa.
Yeah,
He went back to City, but not Villa.
Yeah, Ronnie Johnson went to Villa. I think Gemma had a little spell.
So good they named him twice.
But yeah, it's there's been so many over the years, and going back to like the 80s, John Gidman played for both clubs. Really good right back, did well for Villa. Jimmy Rimmer was an Old United keeper. He won the European Cup with Villa. And one of my heroes, I think, who would be in my all-time 11 in my time supporting Manchester United, Paul McGrath.
Paul McGrath, what a warrior! Yeah,
he was a Rolls Royce or a Porsche of a defender. He just had so many gears, and he was fabulous. He was fabulous. But just looking at recent times, obviously we're on about Lindelof, but look at Sancho's there. He can't play. I wouldn't have thought tomorrow against us.
No, I think he's
Rashford was there last year.
Yeah,
we've had Sam Johnson there, Axel Tuanzebe. They've had a lot of
Mr. Cleverley.
Yeah, Tom Cleverley. So,
bless him.
But over the Colin Gibson was another one in the 80s who was left back. He come to us. So it's been there's been a lot of players.
There's a lot of history there.
Les Seeley as well. Les Seeley went when Schmeichel. Yeah, he went to Villa for a season in '91, I think. Oh, I love Les. Yeah, another cult hero of the Stretford end.
And that's the thing, is there's so many cult heroes at United. Is when you look into a team, as we've sort of been doing, looking in a bit more depth at Villa and United and the comparisons between some of the players, it's incredible. As I said, the Schmeichel one that blew my socks off. I completely didn't even know that. That's me being a millennial, so again, apologise for that one. But going back to the game tomorrow, you've briefly mentioned about Sesko and the Lindelof battle, if that's what Villa end up going with. Where do you think the game is going to be won and lost tomorrow against Villa?
I always say games are won and lost in midfield. And I honestly think if Casemiro keeps up his brilliant form and his lovely partnership dovetailing with Mainu in midfield, allowing Bruno, if we pay him that intensity to get round the pitch and on the ball, that midfield area will unlock the likes of Cunha, the likes of Mbeumo. I think that is important more than anything. Obviously, we've got to defend well. But I think games are won and lost in midfield, and that's where we've really played well in like the Manchester derby and at the Emirates. And this for me, where the form has dipped a little bit, and why I'm looking so forward to tomorrow. It's a challenge because obviously they lost the first game. They've got to bounce back, and Michael will want that and demand that. But the players should want to demand that. They've had a long time to think about it with the international break. It's been such a long time for all of us. And as I say, I think they'd be chomping at the bit tomorrow to really play with that intensity. So midfield is part of that. Early on, win the midfield, first balls, second balls, get down them wings as well. Let's start attacking, playing that good football that we've seen against City and against Arsenal. And I want to see them enjoy it as much as they did in them games and get back to
it's been hard work, hasn't it?
The last couple of games, it's just been the intensity's dropped, and the passing it round doesn't suit us. Round the back, coming back, passing it out to Shaw, rolls his foot over, passes it back to Maguire. It's all very easy when it's all in front of the opposition. We need to start getting behind teams again, like we did.
Strongest, isn't it?
And we've seen what happens when Bruno plays Mbeumo through, like against City. It's
electric, isn't it?
Seen what happens when we link up, like we did at Goodison Park. Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko. The players are enjoying their football. The quality's there. I'm really looking forward to a win tomorrow.
In terms of we've spoken about potential style of play. What do you think the starting 11 is going to be for United tomorrow? I know we've got one or two coming back from injury potentially on the bench.
I think it's going to be very similar to what we've seen. He hasn't changed too much, Michael. I don't see a need to change too much. I think the players who were disappointed with the last game will start. The only change I could possibly see is Dallo at home coming back in. If Mazraoui possibly isn't fit again, because we've had 13 days or so. He went off, whether it was fatigue. That's in James as he sort of limped off, didn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, but just that. I think I would definitely still go with Sesko, which means Ahmad will be disappointed. But I'd like to see him have the same attitude that Sesko's had on the bench when he's come on.
Got to fight.
So when Diallo comes on, he wants to make a difference in exactly the same manner. And if a fresh Diallo comes on, on the hour or on 70 minutes, he could be the game changer. He could be important, or he could score the fourth.
I completely agree.
Like we do in March.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what do you think the back four is going to look like in terms of who do you think the partnership in the middle is going to be?
Yeah, is Euro fit?
I haven't heard anything about him not being fit.
No.
Obviously, he played the last game, didn't he?
Yeah, I think you go with that and Harry, and Shaw, because obviously he was back and he should be fine now. And as I say,
been an interesting battle between Watkins and Euro, because he's going to want to float more towards Euro, isn't he? So,
yeah.
What do you think? How do you think Euro's going to handle Watkins?
I want Euro to get a good, confident start. He had a little bit of a shaky one at home recently, and it affected these young players, so it affected him for a good 20. But then he recovered, and he had a really good, strong performance then, which was good to see his character. I'd like to see him, if it is Euro, win that first ball. It's important. Set the tone. And then obviously he's got the pace. And Harry will talk him through it.
Yeah, that's where Maguire's experience is invaluable, isn't it?
He's
head and shoulders above, isn't it?
He's a captain at the back. He's using his experience, and I think he's another one who looks like he's really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And considering when he come back into the team straight away after the long injury under Michael, he comes straight back in. They've had to manage his minutes. He hasn't been fully fit, which says a lot about the character of Maguire, and he's been outstanding. So, I'd love to see Harry score tomorrow. Set piece, off from a set piece. Yeah,
hopefully Lindelof marks it.
I think we could be a danger. In the air tomorrow.
You've got Casemiro as well. He's always class off corners. Yeah, we've been very, very good off set pieces. There's been no WWE from us this season unless we're defending.
We even do inventive set pieces like we did with Bruno and me, and flicking it back to him. It's not all about, as you say, pushing, shoving, trying to run behind the line and run back on the pitch and blocking the keeper. All this nonsense that's going on these days.
Refs need to get a grip of it, don't they?
Yeah. 100%. But we are actually really strong. And under the radar on set pieces. We've scored a lot of goals from set pieces this season, and I think that could carry on tomorrow.
Well, that's the thing, the set piece coach, whoever he is at the minute, he needs a bit of a raise, I think.
I do want to see more quality balls, not long balls, but getting behind people and putting in good crosses for Sesko, because he's shown his ability. What happens when you put a good ball in like Bruno did? He's lethal.
Yeah, he's there.
We don't do it enough.
And that's been probably one of the biggest criticisms of United. Probably
we don't do it enough.
Fergie, since Van Persie days, the striking never gets the right type of service. Sesko, for me, does have the ability to take the ball into his feet and play off, but I think his strength is in behind, isn't it?
One thing that was exciting back in the day when Hill and Coppell used to get down the wings. The first thought was to get in the best cross they possibly could for Joe Jordan, you know what I mean, or Duxbury Alberson for Frank Stapleton. It was just, it's exciting. It's beautiful getting behind teams, and that's what we want to see. Quality ball into the box, and I think Villa are vulnerable in the air.
Yeah, definitely.
From set pieces and from open play.
I don't think it'd take a lot for their heads to go down tomorrow either.
No.
The injuries they've got, the form isn't great, as we've discussed. I think there's a big opportunity for us to get 3 points at home tomorrow. Sort of rounding that off. Score predictions.
It's a match. Early goal, 2-0 half time. Why not? Hey, I've already spoke about marching 4-0s. I'd love to see a 4-0 and a real good reply from the last defeat and make a statement. Make a statement for the top four.
it's only going to help Carrick and obviously his bid to try and get the job with
Yeah.
the coaching staff, because that's where a lot of the criticism comes from. Is
Yeah.
we've been waiting for the inevitable results, football. So let's see if we can bounce back. For myself, I think 3-1 United. I think we'll probably get an early goal, and I hope we keep the intensity up. My fear is we might sit back a little bit after that first goal. I hope second half we come out, maybe we'll go 2-0 up. Villa might get the classic United switching off goal, 2-1, and then we'll come back and get the third. Nice little 3-1 for me. Do it.
That game I mentioned earlier, the March 2003, when Nistelrooy got 2, Diego Forlan got 2, and his 2 goals come in injury time to make it 4. To make it 4, so we could be 2-0 in the 90th, and we should still get a 4. Yeah,
that's it.
But no, it's a massive day tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
for all Manchester United mums who have given birth to generations and generations of loyal Reds. So happy Mother's Day, and I would like to wish every United mother out there all the Georgie best.
Absolutely, all the Georgie best to all you mothers out there. Thank you very much for putting up with us and for having us.
Looking forward to tomorrow.
Nice one. Come on, United.
Come on, you Reds.